Yeah.
Hello, folks. Welcome to our show. This is probably show 49 with Carl Christopher. And I'm having some dinner with rice and nuts and fruit. And I usually don't eat healthy, but today I'm having a big mixture of those things with protein powder and milk all put together.
Wow.
Uh, Carl, of everything that you're doing, what niche, what aspect of it do you want to talk about in this particular show? You want to talk about
Well,
the loan stuff, or do you want to talk about what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. My passion for this to get to the life insurance again is what I'm finding to be the most difficult thing in the world, and I have my explanation for it, but uh is is there's no shortage of so-called gurus on social media touting or saying that if you save, for example, $300 a month, you're going to have like $1.8 million by the time you retire. That
Okay.
that's if that's if you saved it for 25, 30 years, right?
Right.
Just by investing in a S&P 500 type index.
Huh. Like
The
a is it kind of like a money market or what?
No, it's buying stock, but it's a mutual fund, so
Oh,
it
mutual fund. Okay.
right. But it just tracks the S&P 500, which, Warren Buffett will tell you is for the common person, because all the market timing and all that is super duper complicated, and it involves
Right.
great skill and luck and all this other stuff. So just it is a set it and forget it type thing, right? And
Right.
so
Which
I'm
which
not.
most people are so busy that would work better for them
Oh
generally.
yeah, absolutely. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the stock market. What I'm saying is, as one of the things, I didn't experience this personally, but I know about it and have learned about it. Uh, is the stock market is what it is. It's fine and fabulous, but these people, and I mean it's everybody. It's like the plague or whatever. Everybody's got it. Um,
What do you you're scaring people? So what do you mean by that?
well, these gurus all say that if you saved any amount of money, was using $300 as an example, that you'll have this 1.8 million whatever dollars at the end of 30 years. Well, the stock market, as wonderful as it is, does not pay interest, and it therefore cannot pay compound interest. And this is what
Well,
they're,
but the price of the stock goes up, right?
yeah, stock price of the stock goes up, but it doesn't compound,
Okay.
and it's
So
not interest.
so why is
It's
that
a,
important?
well, the gurus, all finance, I mean, just hundred thousands of them will
Yeah.
tell you if you save this $300, they're going to push the calculator that's a compound calculator, and that's how they get to $1.8 million or whatever the exact number.
Okay. All
But
right.
since it doesn't pay compound interest, doesn't pay interest at all, it we can just use 10%. And for a simple 30-year analogy, if the stock market, the funds you bought, was a perfect thing, never lost, always gained every year, year after year, for 30 years, 10% each year, 10 times 30 is 300, right?
Last time I looked, yeah.
Okay. So that means if you bought $100 stock, uh, say the beginning, that stock
Right.
would go up 300%, which is great.
Okay.
Okay. But there's no compounding in it. There's no
Okay. So
interest.
what would you have people do instead? Sounds
Well,
like you're not a proponent of the stock market necessarily.
right.
So
Overall, understand that one of the greatest things with investing, if you will, saving for retirement, this kind of thing, is if you can, having multiple streams or multiple diversification is great. So if case, something goes wrong somewhere, you got other things that, plan B
something
or
else
C.
can take up the slack. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But
Okay.
in a perfect world, somebody who's young, the 20, 30-year olds out there that can understand this, and they want to make sure they have plenty of money in retirement, and they do their due diligence and they plan and everything like that, which is what I like to help people with, is show them
Right.
their options. To start with, I like the IUL or the infinite banking, which is the same basic idea, but utilizing whole life versus universal life is the difference.
Huh. So what you used an acronym there, UAL or something?
No, IUL stands for Indexed Universal Life.
So what does that mean? I mean, what is that?
So without, getting super deep in the weeds,
Yeah, don't just give me the
yeah,
in the beginning
the,
give us something simple and then
right.
and
What
then
the
I'll try
what
to probe what the hell you're saying so that
Right. So the insurance companies, the ones I like to work with, have been around for over 100 years, some of them 125 years.
right.
Right. So they are anything but dumb. They are some
Okay.
really smart people, and
Okay.
that's why, a side note, that's why a lot of banks like Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they buy life insurance. Okay.
Mm,
If basically, if the banks can go out of business like they did in 2008, but the insurance companies don't. So
right.
if the insurance companies fail, we all got big problems. Right. So anyway, they um can one of the options is to the index would be an S&P 500 index.
Oh,
The difference is they do it on an annual basis, and they buy things called options. They could make more money than they're going to give you, but
they whom? The banks or what? Or
the
the
the co-
insurance companies?
well, the insurance companies can buy options on the S&P 500. And let's say the S&P 500 goes up 12% this past year,
Okay.
right?
Carl,
Yep.
I'm honestly getting confused.
Okay.
Can you please back up the truck and
Sure.
give me start from that thing about going AWOL, whatever you said. I think you said AWOL or something, right?
No, IUL.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Index Universal Life.
All right.
So,
Now, what is that, and why do we want it, and how does it work? And
well, yeah, I'm trying to
I
be
don't,
real
I don't, I,
basic,
do, I don't understand. Everybody knows I have a learning disability, so.
right? I'm trying to be real basic, but they
But you
you
start
put a
talking about banks and how they invest, and
well, I'm
I
just
got, I
saying,
got confused at that point.
I'm just saying that the insurance companies are about the safest thing you're ever gonna be able to come in contact with,
Hmm.
from a financial standpoint.
Hmm.
They've been around, like I say, 100 years. They're very smart. They very wise. You know, they own, half of America, right?
Right.
So I'm just saying it's a very, very, very safe thing to do.
Right.
There's zero risk in this. Now,
Okay.
it's not free, but there's zero risk. But so, for example, somebody, a younger person, let's say they have $100 a month premium. Okay. There's going to be cost of insurance. So let's say $25 goes to the cost of insurance,
Okay.
which is permanent insurance, which I talked to you before. But
Right.
um, so $75 would go into your cash value part of your account. Okay.
Okay.
The insurance company would take that $75 and they would go buy what options. They have many other things they do, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of how it's
And
based.
tell us why this is important for us to know this.
It's only for people that want to know. It's like there's people that want to know how everything works, and other people just like tell me when I can borrow my money, you know, type thing. So
Okay.
it's really just for the people that want to know.
Okay. All right.
But they would take that $75 and, for example, buy options in the S&P 500, and let's say the S&P 500 for that given year went up 12%. Well, I don't know what that is mathematically, but you can see it's 12%. They're going to keep, say, 2% of that and give you, the policyholder, the client, 10%. So they're going to give you 10% on your money that year,
Okay.
whatever's in your cash flow.
Okay.
And now see how this compounds, because they basically paid you an interest. It's an annual compounding, but
Right. Okay.
they you gave them, in this example, $75. They gave you about $7. This is a real small example. 10% would be $7.50, right?
Right.
They add the $7.50, just like a regular bank savings account. They add that
Right.
$7.50 to the $75 you have in there. I don't know, what's that give you?
I
$82.50.
I actually don't know, but I'll
Yeah.
believe you.
Okay, it goes with 80, say it goes to 82.50. So next year, if you gave them no more money, but you would, but just in this example,
Right.
that money, that's how much they would invest the next year in the S&P 500 option for a distance, and you could get 10% interest on the 82.50 now. So now you'd get
Okay. So
just, it works like a
okay,
bank.
you're giving us examples of compounding and
Right, but that's the difference, is, see,
yeah,
the IULs and the whole life infinite banking stuff, they work with compound interest,
yeah,
whereas the stocks do not.
yeah. Well, there's that. Yeah.
So, well,
Okay.
I mean, the one example, it is from actually Tony Robbins, but he's saying if you save just $300 a month from the time you're 18 to you're 27, you'd be yeah, that's 8 years, $300 a month. That's $28,300 in that 7 year period,
Right.
8 year period. I'm sorry. Um, and if you put that every month in the S&P 500 index fund, and there was no fees or anything like that, and you waited till you retired at age 65, so it would sit there for a total of, I don't know, 35, 37 years, something like that. He says
Okay.
you'll have $1.8 million because he's using a compound interest calculator.
So something he's saying is not right, doesn't add up, or what?
Right. They're saying compounding interest on the
Okay.
stock market. And
Okay.
I've got it all broke
Which,
down in a
okay,
spreadsheet.
so, okay, got it. So,
It,
got it. Okay. All right.
so the thing I
Huh.
want to get, or the thing I want to get across is instead of having $1.8 million under Tony Robbins' example, you would actually only have 433,000. So
Okay, because it's not really compound interest,
it's
even
not
though
compound
he's
interest.
saying
So
it is. And I'll put in a disclaimer here and say that what Carl Christopher is saying is Carl Christopher's perception of this, not mine, not the TV station, etc.
yeah.
So, all right, good. Okay. All right, we're cooking with salt here, dog.
Okay. Oh, I
I
didn't
don't think
send.
I even put a. Oh yeah, I've got a timer on somewhere. Yeah. Apparently, in this show, we only have 200 hours left.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I like to throw you off.
Yeah. Well,
You
okay.
love it. You love it. So, I like what you're doing. I like the fact that you help people. Um, I wish I could encourage more people to call you and just say,
Mhm.
please
Just
help us figure out how to
yeah. And
dodge some of these horrific things that happen in life. The
right.
medical emergencies and God forbid somebody passing away and
Right.
mom gets MS and has to come live with us and
Right.
it all happens and give us your give us your phone number and please repeat it a couple times. Give us whatever else like your
Email.
email and
Really.
when you do your Facebook page, is it listed under your name or under Prosperity Advisors or how is it listed?
Well, I'm working on that. I'm not a Facebook expert. Currently, it's just the F, I dropped the PA part. It's just the FWM uh is
Well,
on there.
if we go to search Facebook for it, what do we search for?
Well, uh, that's a good question. Search for this would go away.
You may not know. It's okay if you don't know. I mean, we'll figure it out in another show.
It's FWM, which would stand for Family Wealth Management,
Okay.
and then the word consulting.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Think that works.
FWM
F,
Consulting.
yeah, Frank William Mary or Family Wealth Management, FWM,
Right.
and then the word consulting.
Okay. Good. And I'm also going to put it in the description box of the YouTube so that we have it convenient. Uh, that's presupposing that Carl is going to send me an email with all this information.
I think I got it to you.
All right, good, good, good.
I think.
So, yeah, so anything else you want to tell us today on this, Carl, or not really?
Um, I don't know. Just, you ask great questions and stuff, and that's what I'm here for. Um, I
Well,
guess
people want to know that in my experience, the customers want to know that they can ask you questions and that you will have good
yeah,
answers. And I
right,
think we've demonstrated, hopefully, here that someone who wants to do business with you will, in fact, be able to ask deep questions and you'll have understandable answers.
right. And
That's,
like I said,
that's part of what they're buying or part of
right,
what they don't pay you a fee, of course,
right,
but
right. Nothing out of pocket. I mean,
yeah, nothing
and
out of
don't
pocket for the client. All right,
and it's
great. So should we wrap this puppy or what?
well, let me just dovetail or on that and just say that
Okay,
most of this stuff is complicated. People have literally 100 questions. And
right.
so my free consulting is not like, oh, you get 15 minutes and oh, that's it, okay, now you gotta have to pay me or something. No,
Yeah,
I can't spend 100 hours all at one time with anybody, but
Right, right.
come with your, two, three, four, five questions, get them answered, and then, sit a day or two or whatever with you and the wife, the family, and then, call me back, whatever.
Okay.
With a new set of questions. I mean,
Right.
I really, really, it's my mission from God to educate people on this. And that's just where I'm at. So I'm
Very
doing the
cool.
best I can. And if there's something that I don't know, because I am not God and I don't know everything. Um,
That's our lead. That's our lead for this one.
yeah,
Carl Christopher is not God.
yeah, there you
That
go.
should get us some clicks, huh?
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
God. I'm
kidding.
great.
You know
I'm
I'm
great.
kidding.
I'm great wisdom, but I'm not God.
Hmm.
So, uh, but I have people in my, whether they're on my team or even outside my team, I'll get the answer to the question. Trust me.
Okay. Good.
Never
All
been
right.
stumped yet. So,
All right, folks. I'm going to wrap this puppy. Is that okay, Carl, or not?
yes,
Anything
sir.
else?
Nope, that's good. You look like you have that perpetual smile right now.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You're just seeing my avatar. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, folks. If I can shut my computer's freezing, so I don't know if I can do anything. I think I'm going to have to. Huh. Okay, Carl. I'm going to do something different. I think
Okay.
computer doesn't want to go. Huh. What do I do? Yeah, I may shut down. I may do like a hard. I don't even know if we're still taping because I can't get to the page.
Oh,
I'm gonna just literally push the hard stop on my computer. Like
well, let
go ahead.
let me leave, and that should at least wrap the show, maybe. Okay.
Oh, here we go. I got something, but it's got my picture, not my.
Right.
Oops, something went wrong. Please close all browsers and
Oh
rejoin the
yeah.
meeting. So let me see if it'll let me do that. Let me close some browsers,
Yep. Make it.
which I think they mean Windows here. Closing all these windows. I was doing some social media posting
Oh, yep.
while we talked.
Yep.
So,
Eating up your bandwidth.
and some reason it's got me. I'll see if it'll give me it gives my picture back.
There
Yay.
you
All right. Okay, kids. Now we're going to try to say goodbye.
go. Okay.
We love doing these shows because they're gritty and real, and you see the mistakes and you see the honesty and the heartfelt desire to teach people about financial things, which I really, as a Christian brother, I love Carl and his deep passion for what he's doing and his sincerity. And I think with him, you're in good hands. So, all right, folks, this is a wrap. You know, I always turn my face to sign off.